I know not enough to pull it off. Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with E3. A lot of people play E3. Okay, fantastic. So the way that the timer works is it's on a delay. It's 5 seconds per active timeline. So if someone travels, then you will get 10-second delay before the clock goes, etc.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah. This is good.
However, otherwise people can just blitz their way through.
Okay, so in the early game, as long as you're not doing too many, E3 is kind of like it's I think more of an aggressive style opening. But in the beginning, we don't have to worry about too much early stage degeneracy. As long as you're not opening lines to your king, if you're developing your pieces, then you're good. So things like Knight F3 is always a good move. In
Yeah, I was
particular, yeah. What was your thought?
no, I was just doing because that's how I'd have. I mean, that's the opening move as red or yellow is in four-player chess.
Oh, there you go.
That's like, yeah, fine.
Yeah, Knight C3 is great here too. Okay, 4 knights. So, in particular, the reason that E3 and Knight F3 are good moves is that the F2 and F7 pawn is like a huge point of weakness in 5D chess, like even more so than in regular chess. So by blocking off the triagonals and diagonals to that square, which is the only pawn that is defended only by the king, you prevent your opponent from traveling a piece sacrificially onto F2, drawing your king forward and making it easier for your opponent to mate you. So the E3 pawn and the F3 knight stay there for quite a while. Queen out is fantastic. Yeah, just turtle up. That's great. This is good stuff. You can do whatever you like. Queenside fianchettos are good. Pushing pawns is good. Right now there isn't too much action going on, so you just do whatever. Follow your 2D chess instincts. With the idea that, you want to develop your pieces. If you wanted to be aggressive, then identifying that there is a weakness in your opponent's structure. Well, where do you think there's a weakness in the opponent's structure in this position?
Up until he castles F3. I mean,
Up until
F2,
until
F7.
he castles F7, exactly. So now there's a situation where your opponent has left a board on which the F7 pawn is defended only by their king. So if you wanted to eye up that F7 square with that
Look, I stutter
queen,
stepped my queen.
you stutter step your queen, and this is a fantastic you have the opportunity for a very explosive sacrificial play here right out of the gate. You can't get there quite yet if you check the travels for the queen. I believe that you can't get there yet. All right. Wait. Let's check our queen moves.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
You can do that, and you can only do that this turn, because the next turn,
it'll be up here.
It'll be up there, and
but it'll be blocked because I'll be.
It will be blocked because
later.
your opponent pushed E6. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So there is an only one turn window. Normally, you want to think about how the attack will develop from here before you go ahead and submit this, because making a timeline willy-nilly and losing a queen is actually a fantastic way to lose the game. Hold on. Chill, calm. Let's think this through. Okay. So this is a really good position for you. And the reason is that there is an open diagonal pointing all the way to your opponent's king. If you were to simply deliver a check with your queen on c4, then your opponent has the opportunity to just push e6, and the fun stops there because it blocks any path to that king from the future.
I want a knight check.
Hell yes. Give us a knight check. There you go. This keeps the diagonal open, which is that's cash money.
cash money.
Hell yeah. Actually, converting in this situation is kind of difficult to do.
In your opinion?
Zoom out a little bit, because we're catching up to the present, and that's super relevant. Or not the present, but the board that you traveled from. Yeah. So the reason that it is difficult to convert in this situation, well, why do you think it might be difficult to convert in this situation?
I am missing a queen.
Well, yes, but what we did by delivering this check was perpetuate this like triagonal path to your opponent's king in the past, right?
Yeah.
So
we brought it further forwards.
We brought it further forwards. So if we look at what last turn, the king is on f7, a turn in the past. So you can think about it like this. Moving out the king's position from f7, it's e6 on this board, which means that next turn it will be d5, which means that the next turn after that, it will be c4. Right? So you can go ahead and make this move if you want, but know that your next turn, the way that we like did the calculation, the path to your opponent's king is not, you don't get there. Like if you move your queen to c4, it wouldn't reach the opponent's king in the past. It would have to do that next turn. But you can go ahead and do that anyway if you like. There is a reason that you might want to do that in this situation. But there is a problem with the plan of so you don't want to play the queen. This is why it's difficult. This is why it's difficult to convert in this position. So you don't want to play queen c4 this turn because it won't do anything. You want to play it next turn. However,
why can't I just play this?
You can do this. And what would this do?
It forces him to take this knight, otherwise he's mated.
Yes. After your opponent does that, then what do?
Then I play queen c4 and then I mate him in the past.
Very good, but then we will have caught up to the most recent board on the other timeline.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Obviously,
he can just run. Maybe not. I was gonna say you run his king, but
not run his king because you're checking the king in the past, and he can't run that king that you're attacking. But there is another play.
His knight can just go nom it, can't it?
His knight can nom it, which is a big problem. It's the only thing that prevents you from winning the game here and now. Which is why when there are really, even if there's like a really compelling travel, it's very possible for your attack to sort of fizzle out if you haven't calculated very far in advance. In which case you're just super sad. There's no bueno. But there's hope yet. It is possible to get a little bit more out of this position. I think it depends on whether or not your opponent is going to make a mistake. If you move your queen to c4 this turn, your opponent won't be immediately able to capture it before you are able to move it again. Your opponent's also not a dude. Crow Okran, she, her pronouns.
What? Okay. Whatever. We go for it.
Whatever we go for it, I think is actually a decent idea here. Radon looking for checkmate mod check. Well, your opponent kind of rained on your parade here.
That's what you think.
It's still a tricky position because you've got a lot of pieces pointed at your opponent's pieces.
What?
Hold on. Okay. So you've already made one timeline. You already have one more timeline than your opponent has.
Right.
So if you make another timeline now, it won't really do anything. This will be an inactive timeline, and your opponent doesn't even have to like acknowledge its existence. They can just
Unless
completely
they
not
make
worry
a
about it.
timeline of their own.
Yes. Yeah. But they don't have to, and they're up 2 queens on the other boards. So it's not like a fantastic position to be in.
All right, so they can just like normal chess
Yeah.
break you.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I say keep it going. I wouldn't sack the queen, but keep causing some trouble. See what happens. The position isn't like supremely promising. At high levels of play, this is definitely kind of like lost immediately, especially because you're not defending f2. But yeah, well, whatever. Let's just keep it going. Play
It's
with your
fine.
heart. No, 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 no,
Before
no. Don't retreat. Don't retreat. I, I think if you retreat, you're definitely. I would smork. I would smork here if we're just going gung ho, completely nuts, crazy.
But why not retreat?
You can retreat if you want. I'm just surprised that the guy who said "fuck it, we go for it anyway" is immediately pulling back the queen.
Fine, I do this.
You could do that. You could also just take it with the knight. You could take the pawn with the knight.
Yeah, but then I lose my queen.
That's true. You do lose the queen. I was thinking it opens you up to like another. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because if the knight. Oh no, the queen is defending. Okay, never mind. You're a better player than I, Radon. It's official. I was thinking if you could get a knight to e6 on the bottom board, the only thing defending it is the light square bishop. But that would be checkmate until I remembered that because if she moves her knight from the top board, then she can't. The knight no longer covers e6, but she moved her queen up to e7.
Right.
Previously, so
what I don't get this reference. By Grabthar's hammer. What is
by Grabthar's hammer is that's a Galaxy Quest reference.
Okay.
Never give up, never surrender is a quote from Galaxy Quest.
I've heard "never give up, never surrender" before.
Tim Allen.
Alan
Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, sci-fi comedy film. Was that 90s or was that oddies? I'm not sure. Well, you've actually got you got a cute play here. I'll just let this play out. I'll let you do what you want to do.
I mean, there's absolutely no way I'm not playing. I can't. Yeah. I screw it. I don't care.
Listen, man. I like undefended. That's a free piece. Why not? There are ways in which you might be trouble, but that's like future Radon's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever watch Spaceballs? Yes, I have.
Yes.
What's happening? Alex Bay, we're playing a viewer game. It's Radon v. Crow Okran.
Now that you did that, I want you to do the move again. I'm confused. Okay, yeah. I was like, isn't that mate?
Well, check it the least.
What is this button?
That is indicating to you that you are in two-dimensional check.
Sure.
In response, well, so what do you want? You got to deal with the check somehow. You have 2 options. Well, okay, 3 options actually.
3 pieces, 3 pieces.
Yeah, you could have also captured with the bishop.
I haven't. Oh yeah, that's true. I like this one more.
There
Bring the bishop in because, yeah, this is better. This is better. I prefer.
Okay.
This position is completely.
Did anyone get f7 dunked on? I've seen to it that we are free from the blight of f7. This is a f7 safe space. Don't. Anyone who utters those words is getting a timeout. this has been an instructive game so far, I feel.
I mean, I'm completely winning, so I don't know why you
uh,
would think otherwise.
Probably, I think for reasons that you don't completely realize.
Hey, don't patronize me. I fully appreciate why I'm ahead in the same way that I fully appreciated all the mates that I delivered.
What's funny is in this position, I have been fearing for my life watching you play this, the way that I feared for my life watching myself play 4-player chess. Uh, the parallels are very. Uh,
Well,
GM Fabiano Marijuana, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, man.
he's a real
Very good. No,
GM.
I mean, Fabi's not, he doesn't have the world championship to prepare for next week. So he's just toking it up. Who could blame him? Thanks for the support, man. Actually, you're completely losing, but it's hard for a newish player to beat you. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Which scrub has said that?
Only the number one rated player in the game, so not a very big authority.
Just
Don't
an
worry about it.
absolute joke. Fine, I don't care.
You're doing great. Honestly, you're doing fantastic. I respect the initiative immensely. I really like where you're going with this. I think that this is great. You actually have like a lot of there's a lot of compensation in this position, sort of.
Checks are good.
Checks are good. 2D checks less good than 5D checks.
Yeah, but it stops him from making a move
It
on that
stops him
board.
from making a move on that board. You're right. You're right. Uh, I think maybe. Well, I'll let you
Oh,
make your move.
no, I don't like this anymore. I want to do something else.
What a concept. He's a natural, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah.
Ryan doesn't even have an opening named after him. Ryan's super new to the scene. Makes it all the more impressive that he's such a beast.
So that sack.
I will point out that there is an evocative in any position in 5D chess. You should be like acutely aware of the openings that your opponent has created in his structure and lines that, in this case, she has open. Actually, that's a decent move, man. That's actually that's a shrewd move. This is good. This is good. This check that you were planning on performing with your bishop obviously doesn't mate the king in the past. But if you did that check with a queen, then
It does.
It does. It mates your opponent in the past. So maybe thinking about like somehow getting your queen over to that side of the board. Easier said than done, but it's tantalizing. If you could come up with a way to do that, that'd be pretty cool. Your opponent's created a new weakness. The reason that this sack was good, okay, why did you want to make this sack?
Oh, because I want to go hit this pawn again.
Yeah, if you get a queen on that pawn, then you win the game, right?
Yeah.
It checks the king in the past.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. You got to do some tricky. You've also obviously opened up the queen to the opponent's rook.
Yeah, but I just shaboop it out the way.
Yeah.
Fine. And then on this board,
yeah, it's safe there.
How can you miss out on this spec chat we have you involved in? What do you mean? I'm confused.
Don't teach him the forbidden arts. Where exiled queens or exiled kings also not in the scope of today's lesson. Get the hell out. Why do you guys want this? It's like, what do you do? I literally have like the Joker in my chat. He's got like 12 alt accounts trying to bring Radon over to the dark side.
I played the spoilered move. What? What's the spoilered move?
You played the spoilered move?
I guess he did say a move and said spoilered, but obviously nothing was said because it was a spoiler.
The dark side is more fun. I don't know that that's true.
There are many parts.
Can you announce the vote? No, I haven't decided that there's going to be one yet. There's nothing to announce.
Oh, I did say. Oh, maybe after this game, I'm to play a game of entanglement chess.
Ah, we can do entanglement chess as well. That's a whole lot of fun.
Okay.
Dark side seems kind of boring. Thank you, Ryan. Jesus Christ, a bunch of trolls in my chat.
What is this queen move?
What is this queen move? I mean, far be it from me to teach you about 5D chess, but it does prevent mate in one. So from that perspective, it's a pretty good move.
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
We accept this as a reason.
Royal Wheat coming out. You're in a good position here, actually. Well, yeah, sure. No, yeah. We have cookies as well. I've got a cookie right here.
The dark side is a path to many things some might consider unnatural.
Jesus Christ. Darth Plagueis the Wise, etc., etc. Check there, man. No fear. This is what a play. This is impressive.
already defending that, so it's fine.
Very well observed. You certainly are.
I want to get this.
You got options here.
If I go here, yeah, I like this. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's a good move. Probably win a queen. I'll point out that you had the opportunity to threaten mate last turn and force your opponent's hand. I'll let you figure out in exactly what way that actually happened.
Mate is for the weak.
Mate is for the weak. What is for the strong?
Don't ask.
Oh, it's really funny.
I only do king captures.
Oh, wow.
So when they say there's mate in one, so I actually had mate in one. It wasn't like the opportunity to threaten mate. There was just mate in one.
I think you had mate in one.
Yeah, but you know what's the fun? What's the fun in just delivering M1? You got to play.
There is no fun in just delivering M1. There's in my chat something that we like to say. If you see mate in one, look for better.
Oh, that's something that gets said in my chat by Liquid Fire all the time. I didn't know that has M1 looked for better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, but it'll be a good exercise to look back over. Figure out what the M1 there was.
Look for tilt top. Yeah, they undid that move. Mate in -3. Okay, good to know.
Mate in -3.
Yeah, I decided I'm not going to create any more timelines. 2 is enough for me.
Actually,
we got Kuroken on the ropes.
I'm not positive that I actually see the mate in one myself.
Whoa, magic.
Would you fucking spoiler this, Ryan? Please, sir?
My 3-4 PC settings. Teodon's Eternal, CM1 looks for better. King safety, pawn structure, material. Only one of those three sayings is relevant. Two of them are true. One is relevant.
This is good. This is a good move.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a little bit K4. The one set. No, the one the similarity, at least in terms of like in teams 4-player chess, you need to just like, if you're new, you're just gonna like have to baptism by fire in terms of like the various different mates that there are.
Yeah.
In the opening.
I mean, we saw many were laid to waste in our like 2 teams games that we were able to play before 4-player chess said you're too strong. We have to nerf this team.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's just a trial by fire, you know.
Hate's gonna hate. If at first you don't.
Remember Andre blundered this mate in 1? Are you talking about closing the door? Because I don't see how that's possible.
When is 5D Bughouse coming out?
5D Bughouse exists.
And it's played by Grand Total, the person who invented it.
Ish. I've got a few 5D house videos on the YouTube channel.
That requires 4 players.
Yeah, it's 4 players. So the way that we do it is it's 2. You start off with 2 timelines.
The king can move. That's such bullshit.
The king can move. That's what there's a present check, not a 5D Bughouse leaderboard before Christmas or a haircut.
That's a long-running joke because I did 2700 or a haircut for something by a certain time. Wow. And I got to like 2698 and then I got a haircut.
We're going to have to go back over, and my chat's actually going to have to point out where that M1 was. Because I
mean, 5D Hand and Brain makes sense.
5D Hand and Brain, 5D Bughouse we've done. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. You can castle. In this case, well, we'll just let you castle. This is fine.
It's fine.
I agree.
Fine.
It's fine.
It's completely fine.
Yeah, you've got a knight there preventing like immediate M1.
Exactly.
It does open you. It's got to be so. Let me make this clear. Castling in 5D chess. I mean, go ahead and do it anyway.
It's terrible in 4-player chess.
Castling is excessively terrible in 5D chess for reasons that would be very instructive if they were made clear, but I don't know. I don't know that Crow Okran is sort of like, you know, experienced enough to make it happen, but we'll see.
Open up diagonals to my king.
Yeah. No, in this case, it's fine. You can just play G3 next turn. You're doing all right. Don't worry about it. All right, deliver checks.
I'll just keep delivering checks and then try and flag them.
Yeah, hey, no, I mean, that's the dirty flag it's a real strategy here. You don't have a lot of flexibility in these positions.
Whoa. How is that not a blunder?
Explain. It
I just take it and it's protected.
You can just take it and you're protected. I mean, it does win you a queen.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
No, the queen is the other. I positionally sacrifice them.
You right. Yes, very good.
They're on the other 2 timelines. they're in the other multiverse.
Queen h6 was the M1 from a parallel board. What do you mean a parallel board? We don't have timeline priority. So what are you talking about?
Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Queen h6 was the M1 from a parallel board.
Blundering into my youth.
Parallel travel to h6. Oh, I'd have to go back and see. I'd have to go back and see. Yeah, you guys might be right.
Yeah, the problem is it's completely winning.
Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it? Actually, this is getting spicy here. You probably want back rank queens are pretty like bad news bears. I'd caution you against, you know, allowing queen takes b2, but that's just me.
I'm mating first. It doesn't matter.
You're mating first. I'm not positive that that's true, but actually though, you are like your opponent needs to
I have a very respectable threat.
You do?
I have a very respectable threat.
Can't believe we haven't explained Jurassic rooks yet.
I'm about to win a queen.
Are you familiar with the concept of a Jurassic rook, Radon? Have you ever heard this terminology?
Oh, for show.
Yeah?
No.
All right, so a Jurassic rooks, as well as queens, have the unique ability to, because they can just move back in time but not have to move in space. If you put a rook on a square where no piece has moved like the entire game, the next turn you can travel with that rook to turn 1 of the game.
All right,
and basically
like
do like a full reset. It's like a Hail Mary play, yes, to like buy yourself time and like an additional, basically, because if you're like 50 moves into a game and you reset the game to turn 1, but you have an additional rook, then you have the opportunity to potentially just win the game before it catches up to the completely lost like future.
Oh, I guess you can just win like via chess, right?
Yeah, well,
they
basically,
can't send it anywhere else.
It's not exactly winning via chess because you still have past checks on the same timeline. So like 5D chess without timelines is still like very different than just 2D chess. But yeah, it gives you the opportunity basically to promoting the rook to a TARDIS. That's exactly what you're doing. Yeah. Is it time to explain the Tchaikovsky? Nah. Don't bother.
Look, he's scared.
Ooh.
He said the queen, his only pressing attack that he's ever had on me, is gone. I'm not falling for this. Is a classic 2-player chess mate. Queen takes, forced move, queen over.
Actually, because it's 5D chess, it's just
mate in one.
Yes.
But it's fine. But it doesn't matter because I'm checking him first, so who cares?
No, hey man, you're actually totally right. You're totally right.
What are you going to do about that?
That's a good question.
And then...
Okay, I didn't fully think this through, but I'm going to try something. Exploration is an important theme in 5D chess.
I have fully thought this through.
Referring to Crow Okran.
Yeah, I figured. When in doubt, push a pawn.
I'm a little bit upset.
Why?
Because Radon is being rewarded for his slightly poor behavior. What is this? Asks Nightlove Raver.
Well, how am I being rewarded for my poor behavior? Who says this?
I do.
You said this. What poor behavior? You dissing my moves?
Nah. I think that you've been displaying a remarkable enthusiasm and initiative. This game is 5D chess with multiverse time travel. It is chess with extra dimensions and also time travel.
As he's saying, you've wanted to win as always. No one understands this phenomenon. You get to 3K by having absolutely no clue what's happening.
Is that what happens? What am I looking at, lol? Asks Is Dio. This is 5D chess. 5D chess with multiverse time travel. We are teaching Radon. Radon is new to the waves of the fifth dimension. But this is it's good.
My pawn is quicker.
I think that Crow has like one way to not lose the game outright.
Really? Because I think she has like lots of ways to not lose the game outright. And all of them involve allowing me to make any move.
Yeah. This is the game that broke Hikaru. It's true. Hikaru got confused and frustrated and dropped it 15 minutes into the game. But he didn't have a teacher. Just finished watching movie Empty Man. Nothing surprises me anymore. Haven't heard of it.
I have a genius plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share it with me.
And it's going to involve castling.
Wow, I see what you're going for. I respect it.
Yeah, exactly. If she doesn't resign, she wins. Look, imagine I'm gonna flag someone in a 10-second delay game. That's unheard of. I am the one who gets flagged.
It's not unheard of. I flag perpetually in this game. It's a problem.
No, I am the flag.
But like playing a bit, you already outplay Hikaru. Yeah, dude, you could fuck Hikaru up in 5D chess. Let me tell you. Like for real.
Yeah, but like, I mean, this isn't really like. Obviously, Hikaru is gonna get wrecked, but like, it does.
Is that obvious?
Have you seen him play 4-player chess? We'll walk all over him.
I have. Yeah. But you're a 4. No, that's less impressive because you have his 2D elo in 4-player chess.
This is an irrelevant point.
All right, fair enough.
Completely irrelevant.
I'm trying to give you credit here, by the way.
I don't take credit.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Travels from the top board actually can't happen because that's moving into check. For some strange reason, I prefer.
I know I'm winning. As I said, I know it's one. The second they're trying to send queens back, she's like shit.
Something like that. I don't think that's so. I think a lot of it's definitely a different vibe with the smaller streams. Like when you hover around the 24 viewers mark, definitely not just copium. I think it's the perfect combination of like having an active chat, but not so active that you can't follow along and sort of like have a rapport and reply to people one-on-one. I prefer the small. I
don't care about that timeline.
You do have to move on that timeline.
But why?
Because that timeline is in the past. It is the earliest active timeline on which you have not moved. So
why is it an active one and not a dead one?
Because your opponent has not yet made a timeline. It's inactive when you make more than one timeline more than your opponent has made. She can actually make another timeline after this one, and that one's active too. That's the reason that making an early timeline is dangerous, because you provide your opponent the flexibility of making not one but 2 timelines in response, which is, bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue.
I don't like this.
But I mean, actually, you do have. There is a way to. It means compromising your attack on the timeline, like below, but you can do a cheeky recapture of that knight from another timeline.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to do that, but it's an option that's available to you. I think it's that the attack that you're making is kind of like the only thing you have going for yourself right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Why can't I just like do this?
Well, hold on.
I haven't moved yet.
Okay, so let's remember the ways in which you get checkmated by a knight.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well, not this turn, but that knight can do literally whatever. And like if he sacks his queen into a3, then she will be delivering what we refer to as hard mate, because the queen will be checking the king one turn in the past, and so will the knight, and you can't capture both of those pieces with the same turn, so you will be absolutely fucked. So that's not a fantastic move. If you want to move on this board, this is a much better move.
To the left?
To the left, to the left.
One heart this time.
In the words of Beyonce. Oh, I see what you were. Very different, but okay. You don't have to make a move on this board
Okay.
because it's in the future. The present, which is what that vertical banner indicate, you don't have to move on this board either. You can
Right.
just you've made your move on the earliest timeline on which it's your turn. You can just submit it and then let the pieces fall where they may.
Oh, but now the delay is greater, so I can't flag.
Now the delays grow. You certainly can still fly. You would be surprised. You'd be surprised because it's so like making just nothing time passing moves is really dangerous in 5D chess. So it's difficult to avoid flagging if your opponent has like a positional advantage. But thank you so much for the follow, Isdio. I appreciate it. Well, let me mute myself on
Free night.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Free night, he says.
Not completely believing
thanks
that
for supporting the
whatsoever.
channel. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah. Free night, he exclaims. There are structural issues. It's mate in 2 if you take the knight.
Yeah, I because then he just dates back with the knight.
Checks you, and then he has mate the next turn.
Because it's hit. Yeah. I don't feel like that one.
Yeah, no, it's not fantastic. You can still move away. You can still move your king away. It's pretty spooky, but you don't have like a plethora of options available to you. That knight is checking your king on the board below. However, you can deal with that in one of several ways. It's not an in the past check, as a hint. It's an in the present check.
Yeah, I can move out the way, but then that compromises my attack.
Then it compromises your attack. So you can't actually move the move that I have insisted that you play here. Actually means that you either have to move your king out of the way. Alternatively, you can capture the knight straight up with the knight from a lower board. You have to do one of those two things, though. You've also got a minute on the clock, so don't flag.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
And then I can't capture the knight.
No, you have to capture. No, you have to either move the knight. You have to either move the king down here, or instead of moving the king up top, you can capture the knight with your knight from the middle board.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. It means that you drop the bishop, but you can defend the bishop from the...
What?
Oh, actually, that's big brain as fuck. No, you moved into that, didn't you? Yeah, so just don't move your king. Don't castle. And you'll be fine.
I'm a flag.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. That was great though. That was really cool. You're in about hot water here, but you're fine.
Fine.
You've got a timeline, by the way.
Oh shit! Oh, no, it's fine. It's not an issue.
It's sort of not an issue.
I'm 1,000.
Oh no, that's the middle board. Actually, it is a bit of an issue. No, never mind.
That's what you think, but not what you know.
No, I mean you can survive this.
Isn't this queen also attacking this king?
It is. More importantly, it's attacking the kings in the past. You've also got 15 seconds plus 12 here. So my advice would be to travel on either the top or the bottom of your checkmate. Okay, on the bottom board, do a travel. Go to the bottom board. Do it. Take your knight. Take your knight. Move it into the past. 2 turns. 2 turns. 2 turns. 2 turns. Okay, right here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Submit. You have 4 seconds. Holy fuck. Okay. I've set you up in such a way that you can recapture that queen from this board. Just don't get checked next turn, otherwise you lose. You could also Jurassic Rook. Honestly, that was the better play. But it was going to take you longer to scroll with the rook. So I wanted to do this instead.
Don't get checked.
Yeah, you kind of lose here because she can provide check regardless. No, you can't take that with that knight. It doesn't. You have to take it with the other knight one turn in the future. You're kind of hosed here, to be honest.
Well, I had 4 seconds, so I'm just gonna make it.
Yeah. What's the point of having all these timelines? If you miss the explanation, it's gonna be a bit of a.
So surely I should be trying to make as many timelines as possible, because that way I get more increment.
You can't. Actually, if Crow Okran had checked you on that board, you would have lost on the spot.
Wait, how do I capture it?
With that knight? Yeah, you're good. Yeah. So she blundered here, but that's fine. Just make any other move on the top board. Okay, just take the knight. Because you don't have much choice. You are actually going to be triagonal mated if she takes the pawn with the queen. But she didn't, so you're safe.
For now, until she hits. See, undo, quitting. You know what's about to happen. Look, it's happening.
Well, hopefully she's muted the stream if she's playing fair. I go off the honor system. I stream all of my tournament matches and just like hope that my opponents aren't cheating. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty savage triagonal mate. Key here is to not flag. You are in trouble and your Discord crashed. All right, you're on your own here for a second.
Oh, boo.
Hello?
Hello,
Discord stream? Okay, here we go. All right, okay, we're back. And is it still okay? It's still her turn.
She did it.
All right,
she sniped the stream. She stream snapped.
That's a tricky one to deal with. It's got to be said.
By tricky, you mean impossible?
Not impossible. Probably impossible. I don't think she's. It's a very obvious. It's a hanging pawn near the opponent's king. I don't know whether she realizes that this is mate, but that's a big yikes. You're so far away. If you could, no, because she can. Okay, she can just check you on all the other boards, and it's like mate for sure. It's like completely mate. All right.
Oh, she found a board. Oh, no, she found the mate on the other one.
No, it's not a mate on this board, but she's simply two-dimensionally checked you on this board, which prevents you from, like, traveling or doing anything else on this board. Not that you would have been able to, like, make your way up there anyway. This triagonal mate with the queen is what has ended the game.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. This was quite a game to start off on. You know what? I think you can be proud of this game. There were many points at which you had some very shrewd, very sharp tactical ideas that almost allowed you to win the game. There were a few missed mate and one opportunities. But actually, let's go back. Let's go back to around, I want to say turn 7, maybe something like that, roughly. When the queen was okay. When you had the queen on, go into the future, a little bit, go a few turns in the future.
When it was here.
A little bit after. It's when the queen was on. When your queen was here on the turn where your queen is on G5.
Right.
You have mate in 1 on board.
Okay.
Technically, it's soft mate in 1. Your opponent could travel so it's not actually like mate in one, mate
Yeah,
in one.
it's just taking the pawn in front of me, right?
No, because
No.
that you're remember that it's your turn on the board with the white border.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the queen is already defending that square, so that's not the idea.
Okay, let me think. Oh. The move I wanted to make this move.
Which move?
Bishop b5.
Bishop b5 is not mating
Oh,
because that
that's
doesn't
not how
check
it
the king
works.
in the past. So your opponent
Yeah.
could just push c6 and be really happy with themselves.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't move along like the queen. That's
Yeah. She can mate you with or you can mate her with a queen on that diagonal, but
he
not
can't
with a
get
bishop.
there.
No. Well, your queen can't get there, and only your bishops can get there. But you do have mate in one here.
With a queen.
Well, presumably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it's in a position like this. Usually it's with the queen. I think that was my first 5D chess game in like many months. Pretty happy with it. You should be, Crow. That was really great. That was a very good get. Like the level of play I think was kind of perfect. The full experience, the many timelines, the crazy travel sacrifices. I think it was a very good, like a platonic 5D chess game.
Okay, so I thought about this, but I didn't think it worked.
Lay it on me.
And it probably still doesn't work. Is it just queen just takes the pawn in front of the king?
No, because her queen can simply capture that queen.
Yeah.
So it's not quite that. It is well spotted by my chat. I actually didn't see this in the game. In hindsight, and as soon as you see it, you'll be like, oh, of course, what the fuck was I thinking? But it's one of those 5D vision things where it's like difficult for you to spot until you do, and it's like, wait, of course.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Take your time. Listen to my voice. We're only like 7 hours into stream. I'll give it to you. You pointed out that it's probably with a queen, and you would be correct. It is a queen move. And you only have the one queen.
I have the one queen, but everywhere I move the queen, hangs the queen.
You have to see through the code. You have to believe. You know, red pill, rabbit hole, etc., etc.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can't. It's not just. Wait, I can send the queen in time. Dumb.
You can't send it in time because you already have made one more timeline than your opponent has.
I meant like up, like to the timeline
up to
above.
the other time. Absolutely, yes. You have now seen into the matrix.
That's okay, fine. I mean, I just put it there and check the king, and he's done, right?
So queen h6 from the bottom board to the middle to the top board,
which forces the king to be travel to the bottom board.
Actually, the king can't travel because your queen on h6 checks the king on f8 2 turns in the past. You're checking the past king, which is the reason that it is mate.
Right.
Yeah. With the past king, he can't move. So that's an undefended square where your queen from that square has a straight path to her king in the past. And so that's mate. Now, it's not mate on the spot. I mean, to be fair, I didn't see it either. It's not mate on the spot because your opponent has the opportunity to time travel from the bottom board to the past to try to get a defender on for that square, which isn't like the most difficult thing to do, because she all she has to do is like go into the past, push h6 the turn before your queen travel happens, and then the pawn from her new timeline will be able to capture your queen from the timeline where you're delivering mate.
Right.
But you have the opportunity to put yourself in a position where you can check her on the new timeline on the turn where she has to recapture, thereby, eliminating the opportunity for her to capture your queen, and then you win the game. So
which is pretty easy because my bishop is just staring at the
yeah,
diagonal anyway.
exactly. It's pretty easy because of like the open line to your opponent's queen. You've got a queen there, you've got some knights there, so it's actually kind of difficult to defend. But there we go. So what do you think, Ray? How are you feeling? How's the brain? Yeah.
Oh no, the brain is fine.
Did you enjoy this?
I did very much so.
Hell yeah.